Hello everybody and welcome to my official Bart Bash review and a little bit of a playthrough. Now you've all been anticipating this for a while. I've been teasing it for a few weeks now, probably, maybe even a couple months. And it's taken a long time to make. I've written a very thorough script. I'm gonna be going off the cuff a little bit here just to talk about how much I love this game and how it subverts all expectations in within the genre of like Nimby's number effect, Numby's number, and it's just such a unique game that hasn't really been done before. So let's just hop right in and we'll start going over the review. Now I just want to say, okay, I don't know what happened there. Now I just want to say, if you guys like my content and like this video, then please consider dropping a like and a sub. It would mean the world to me. Now, let me just go through how you play Bart Bash real quick, because to the uninitiated, this might look quite confusing to you. So your goal is to rack up as many points as possible. How do you get points? You get points by hitting these Barts. Now, before you can drop a Bart in and hit some Barts, you need to select your multiplier Barts. Now these guys, the green Barts, these are the Barts you can select. And when you select them, you get a multiplier if you hit them. Now let's see what that multiplier is. Down here we have a nice little chart. Bonus Bart is a ×4 multiplier. That means if I do this and I hit this Bart, I get ×4 points. Now, you may see there are lots of different types of Barts in the arena here. They all have different point values. The most valuable being this guy down here. This is the Super Gold Bart. I believe he's worth ×64. 54 multiplier. Now, you want to try and hit as many Barts as possible while going for the high value Barts, right? So if I'm playing strategically here, it's probably worth to hit these guys and just put my multipliers down here, maybe. Kind of hope that I go down here. Or I could go here. There's not too many big multipliers here. There's a couple dirt Barts. Now, dirt Barts do not negatively affect your score, but they don't give you multipliers ×1. So it's not gonna, you don't want to really hit them. But there's only one here. So once you've selected your Barts here, hit drop. And now this is where the game really starts, okay? You get to drop your Barts. Now, the thing about Bart is, he doesn't exactly like to do what you tell him to do, right? It's fucking Bart. It's Bart Simpson. So if I drop him, he might go this way, he might go that way. That's the whole, that's the fun about Bart Bash. You never really know. So I'm gonna try and aim maybe around here. There we go. Alright, and as you can see, we fell down, we hit quite a few Barts, we hit both the coppers, so there should be a relatively decent opener here. Yep, it's a very good opener, actually. This is one of my best openers, look at this. 15k? I'm thinking? 14,850. That is very good for an opener. Now, this is a very, very nice looking drop. Now, it's a no-brainer where we're gonna go here. Think about this for a second. Now, why would you don't want to go here? There are a lot of Barts. You can multiply these, but they're not going to do much for you. There's not much down here. This side's okay. But this side, well, this is fucking beautiful, okay? Now, I want to introduce you to another mechanic here that is quite intricate. It's a very delicate mechanic, and you want to be careful how you use it. Items. This is paint. Paint lets you turn a normal Bart into a fake gold or fake copper Bart, which is the weakest of the gold Barts, or copper Barts, but is still more valuable than a normal Bart. Now, I'm going to save my paint for later, and I'll show you how we use that. So let's go ahead and drop. We're going to go right here. Okay, that was not so great. As you can see, Bart is quite unpredictable. I probably should have aimed a little bit more for the left there, but we did hit the gold. So this isn't going to be terrible, but this isn't fantastic either. Yeah, not amazing, not amazing. Okay. Not very good. Not a very good round. Not a very good round. But I can just show you the store now. Alright. Let's go to the store. We have 3 gems. As you can see, I can't actually afford any of the paint. But if you did want paint, you would buy it here. The beautiful thing about Bart Bash is it just kind of goes on and on and on. It's such an addictive game. It's got such simple but sound mechanics that just kind of they play so well. You know, there's an element of unpredictability when you have Barts, kind of doing whatever the fuck you want. You know, and it makes every run different. Every run is different. You never know what to expect with Bart Bash. You never know what to expect. As you can see, I kind of did. That was kind of shit. That's a shit play. Look, I'm not claiming to be a Bart Bash professional here. Okay, I'm but a humble player. All right, I'm okay. I have my good days and my bad days, but at the end of the day, I just play for the love of the game, really, you know. Now, I want to talk for a little bit about the lore of Bart Bash. Not much is known about the story of this game, but from what I can tell, it's very deep. Now, there's a few things we need to look at here. Most of the lore is delivered through the Bart Bash Bart multiplier descriptions down here. Regular Bart. He plays a fun part. A hero in his own game. No wish to depart. Do you like my haiku? Now here we have a very interesting piece of the puzzle. Bonus Bart. The ones that are not chosen to fall become bonus Barts. I'm seeing lots of comments asking about him. I hope you understand what bonus Bart does now. So bonus Barts are the Barts who are not chosen to fall. They're chosen to become multipliers. Every Bart I'm selecting will never be allowed to drop. It's quite a tragic tale, really. Big Gold Bart. Second Paint Boy. Gold as he can be. They're both kind of malformed, but that's what happens when you slap a coat of paint on a Bart hastily. Now, why are you rushing? Why is it hastily? I get you paint them in the heat of battle, but couldn't you take a little bit of a slower approach and apply it more naturally and get a better result? Why are we in a rush here? Is there some outside threat trying to break in and stop the Bart Bash? Perhaps? Gold Bart. The goldest regular Bart. He's expensive. Lots of cash. Bart Cash. Now what is Bart Cash? We have Bart Gems, but we don't know much about Bart Cash. Maybe the score is Bart Cash, and we're some kind of evil benefactor who drops Bart for his own amusement to make money. Now, I was just talking about how perhaps these Barts are being played in some kind of game by some overlord, right? Well, there's actually a very important piece of lore that contradicts this on the main page of the game, Bart Bash. All the way at the bottom in the FAQ. Are the Barts really okay with being launched? Yeah. So that changes things a little bit. The Barts are okay with being launched, and maybe even enjoy being launched. Maybe they live for this. Maybe they paint each other hastily because they're so excited to get launched and get hit by the Bart being launched. Maybe they love this. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like we need to wait for more information about this game to be released, for the full game to come out before we get the full piece of the puzzle. But what I can gather is that the Barts are in some kind of maybe competition to earn the most money as possible, the most Bart cash as they can, and they live for that. All right, there's somebody who's creating these Barts. You know, that's why you get the dirt Barts. Maybe the dirt Barts are some kind of byproduct of the Bart creation process that just creates these disgusting dirt Barts. And then we have the regular Barts, which are, just the regular standard run-of-the-mill type Bart, which is you need to populate the arena. And you have the gold and the copper, the first generation. Maybe they're cheaper to create than the super gold variants. Maybe they're just older variants of Bart that are stuck around. And you have the super gold, the super copper. They are the ones that are they're the newest, right? They're the most recent generation of these versions of Barts, and the most valuable. Probably the most expensive to create as well, and that's why you don't see them as much as other Barts. How does this all connect together? Well, we can't really be sure yet, but what we do know is that this game is truly a flawed masterpiece. Flawed because it's simply not done yet. But when it's out completely, when we can play the full game, I do believe this game will be up there with the greats. Thank you guys so much for watching this Bart Bash review in progress. When we get updates, I will come back to this and provide you guys with my analysis, my reviews of these updates. But for now, this is all the information we have. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe, and go watch something else on my channel.